Let's talk about graphing linear relations. Remember that linear relations are relations when they are graphed that form a straight line. So if you're told to graph a linear relation and it doesn't come out straight, something has gone wrong. If I gave you a table of values like this, I said to graph that relation, it would be quite easy. You go 0, 1 is the first pair, 1, 3 is the next, and 2, 5 is the next. And then you could simply draw a straight line through those, and you'd have your linear relation. Good enough. But that's if I gave you a table of values. What if I didn't give you a table of values at all? What if all I gave you was an equation? Something like, say, y equals 2x. Well, you have to make your own table of values now. So you do x on the left, y on the right. So we'll start off with some easy values, 0, 1, and 2. So when x equals 0, what does y equal? Well, all we have to do is plug or substitute our x value into the equation. So we go y equals 2 times x, or 2 times 0, which is going to equal 2. Do the same thing for 1. Change colors here. Y equals 2x, or 2 times 1. Y equals 2. And finally, for 2, y equals 2x, or 2 times 2. So y is going to equal 4. So what we can do is we can plot those 3 points, 0, 2, 1. Sorry, I made a mistake here. 2 times 0 is 0. That should be 0, 0. Okay, so we're going to go 0, 0, 1, 2, and 2, 4. And again, you can see pretty easily there, you've got a straight line. So let's just draw that straight line right through all the points. And again, it's a straight line, so that's a linear relation. And all I had to do is just think of some random values of x, plug them into the equation, and we're given a bunch of pairs here. And that's all you do when you're given an equation and asked to graph it. So let's try some harder ones. Let's say you are given y equals 3x plus 2. It looks harder, but it's not really. Let's create another table of values. Pick some easy values again. So for x is 1, we can go y equals 3 times 1 plus 2, which is going to equal 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay. How about for x is 1? It's going to be 3 times 1 plus, sorry, I messed that up again. I didn't do it for 0. Let's start over again. So I figured out for 1, let's figure it out for 0. Y equals 3 times 0 plus 2, which is 0 plus 2. It's going to be equal to 2. Let's scratch this out here. Okay. So y equals 2. And then let's substitute 2 in. So 3 times 2 plus 2 is 6 plus 2, which is 8. And so we have 8. Okay, so let's plot those 3 points. We have 0, 2. We have 1, 5. And we have 2, 8. It's up here. And again, it looks like all our points are in a line, which is good. We just draw a line right through them. And there's our linear equation. Not too bad. Alright, one more example I want to show you that is perhaps just a tiny bit harder than the others, and that's when I give you a linear equation with fractions in it. So let's say we say y equals 1/3 x plus 1. Now there's a little trick here that's going to save us a lot of time. When we make our table of values, instead of going for the x, instead of going 0, 1, 2 like we normally do, let's actually go in multiples of 3, because 3 is the denominator in our fraction. So let's go 0, 3, and 6. That's going to make our lives easier, and you're going to see why. So let's start with 0. Well, 1/3 times 0 plus 1 is just going to be 0 plus 1. So that's going to be 1. 1/3 times 3 is 1, plus 1 is 2. 1/3 times 6, let's write this one out, plus 1 equals 2 plus 1, which equals 3. So just like that. So we have 0 and 1, 3 and 2, and 6, 3. 6, 3. Again, that's another straight line, so we can take our line right through there, just like that. So the only trick with the fraction ones is just to remember that instead of going 0, 1, 2, when you pick your random values, it's much easier if you just count in multiples of whatever the denominator is, so in this case, 3. And that's it for graphing linear relations.